Victorian Youth Parliament. On Triple J.
The youth of Victoria often get the stigma of being lazy, but the 96 participants that are in chambers at the moment are proving them wrong. And what better way to make change than go straight to the source? It's definitely exceptional that people do protests and things like that, but by actually sitting in Parliament House, by writing an actual legislation, by approaching MPs, it's definitely the key way to make change, because they're the people that make the decision at the end of the day.
We've developed a ratio which is one psychologist to every 500 students, and also to those with less than 500 students, such as in rural areas. And basically it's just to provide a more accessible and convenient outlet. We actually consulted our school psychologist, and she told us that she wishes she had the time and she could put more effort into helping out these people in need.
Well, the biggest impact is the fact that we've brought in 22 acts of legislation. I think the most popular one is we brought in the law that for bicycle helmets. But yeah, that's probably the most obvious one, is the fact that we have brought in legislation.
Mental health is one of the leading causes of disease burden in youth, and depression is very primarily prevalent amongst youth, more than any other human life stage. So I was just really taken back by that, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to get our voices heard and hopefully make a difference and make this bill become a part of legislation.
Well, nobody was thrown out of chambers or anything like that. We definitely had a lot of very, very passionate debates. With Youth Parliament, we really encourage people to go for their own opinions. What's different about actual Parliament is that we all stand as individuals, so we don't vote or debate on party lines, which means that we can definitely get a lot of very contentious arguments. Today we've got two really strong ones, one in regards to BMI with models and also increased rights for homosexuals. And because we come from such a vast and diverse range, we've definitely got a lot of really, really strong fors and against, and yeah, debate definitely gets heated and people fight almost to the death.
It would provide students with less reluctance to go and seek help, because they know it's available and it's in an environment where they feel most comfortable in, or they spend, it's essentially their second home, 6 hours a day. And also for psychologists to know that they can put in their full effort.
Well, obviously there's parliaments that sit in every state. At the moment, we've got New South Wales, South Australia and Victoria sitting at the moment. So it is not just us.
As we are, young people are the future society, it is really important to see what we perceive as important, and it just provides that convenient outlet for us to get our voices heard.
The 16 Taskforce members, which are all volunteers, go out to the schools and work one-on-one with a lot of them to try and come up with an idea that affects them and the best possible solution. But as well as that, we also spend a lot of time focusing on personal development and trying to encourage the youth to step outside the walls of Parliament House as well and get really active in their community. This year we've had a lot of past participants that have been coming back and just explaining where they've gone on from Youth Parliament, and just seeing how they've been making a lot of positive impacts on society. One of our past youth governors, Darren Peters, has been the forefront to the Whittlesea train line extension. So we're definitely putting our foot into real politics.
That was Sarah Brunton, and you also heard from Danya Kotob from the Victorian Youth Parliament. On Triple J. Everyone is not